AET was formed by 3 companies, being Habakas, NIMET, and Leseding College. After getting together, the 3 directors have noticed that we are sharing the same idea. And when we sat down, we said, why can't we just come together instead of working solo?
We have got 4 branches, one in Soshanguve, the other one in Midrand and here in Boksburg, as well as the other one in Kathu. We are opening the other branches in Zambia, and we are planning to go to almost every African country, for the reason that these skills that we are dealing with, there is a lot of lack of skills in most of the countries.
The vision for AET is to actually break the new ground. Given the fact that 12 million people are unemployed in South Africa, and mostly are youth, we needed to come up with a different way of educating our young people.
Our operation concept is very unique. Our main aim is to make sure that we pass the knowledge that is lacking in most of our people, most especially in terms of the skills, hands-on skills. There is a lot of shortage. Even universities, they operate more on theory. So we are accredited in automotive, we are accredited in project management, and we are even the assessment center for project management. We are accredited in piping drafting, which is more into designing program. Then we are also accredited in MDDOP, which is the multidisciplinary drawing office practice, and even the netted programs, more special from N4 to N6.
I met Mr. Piri at church, and then he showed me the institute that he opened together with the other executive, AET. And then it's like, this is what we offer. Since you are doing civil, I think this is going to help you. And then he offered a program named Drafting. MDDOP in full is Multidisciplinary Drawing Office. So that is a practical skill that you're going to get, which I've always wanted to have, a practical skill than theoretical. I'm not very good in theoretical.
In drafting, we've learned to build, we've learned to art. It's a type of art. We've learned to be able to construct and create.
I started with a program called Mechanical Drafting and Plant Engineering. Being with AET has given me the resources to actually manage within the industry, and learning from books to hand has made it much more easier to understand a few things that in the industry is more practical than theory.
What made me come here to this school was my high school teacher who brought me here. I was looking for a career. Meaning when I started to come here, seeing the people do crafts and busy with the piping and everything, it's where I started to enjoy the course.
Now I'm still completing my MDDOP and mechanical drafting. I am also doing piping and designs. So I'm also completing them, and then definitely I'll be good to go check the field and get the money. Positive.
I came here to study for MDDOP, but I then found out that there's actually a better course that I could study, which is piping. In that stream, we then learn about sewage piping, electricity piping, everything that involves basically building a structure from the floor and up.
Seeing that most of young South Africans are in the financial distress and they are hungry to learn, we took it upon ourselves and say, come, let's teach you, let's share the skills. Then when you finish here, you can become part of our staff. Currently, we are having more than 15 people that we are financially supporting and educationally supporting.
I was advised by AET to do business management. Then I started doing N4. After passing my N4, they took me in as a administrator. Then last year, 2023, they promoted me to be a manager for this place. My job covers registrations, capturing, communication with the HET, managing stuff like checking the place if it's in good order.
When I came here, I just wanted engineering. Didn't know that engineering is such a broad thing. So then I came here, they explained to me that there is this and this and this and that. So for me, I got interested in drafting. So I did MDDOP, and then when I did my MDDOP, I did my N1, and now I'm writing my N2. I'm also doing ECNC, which I'm done. I'm just now going for my practicals.
2019, I've been encouraged by Mr. Piri, who was one of my lecturers when I was doing MDDOP, which is the drafting qualification. At the time, I was working in civil engineering in the industry, where he encouraged me to come into AET to continue my studies, which I'm still waiting on DHT for my diploma. But I am in the industry. However, with COVID, I ended up working with AET as a consultant.
So I came here in need of skills. Before that, I was unemployed and I wasn't studying. So AET equipped me with skills and also offered me a job as a maths and science lecturer.
In 2020, I was doing mechanical engineering. Then my parents couldn't pay off the funds, so I had to stay home for a couple of months. So I made an inquiry with the institution at that time, asking them for funding. So they told me to wait a few months. Then a couple of months after that, I got a call from the institution, and yeah, they proposed the opportunity to me.
I started as an apprentice in learning how to fix cars. While I was there, I got an opportunity to facilitate N courses between N1 and N3, motor trade and engineering science. And then I got an opportunity in facilitating N courses. While I was busy doing N courses, I got an opportunity once again to do MDDOP.
I draw up plans, like house plans, electrical circuits, mechanical components, and even we've also been doing a lot of steel structure detailing. So it encompasses a whole lot of things. Where to put it simply, and I'm not getting the whole scope of it, is I sketch out and draw anything that needs to be built.
I was an engineering student when I was doing electrical engineering. So when I was doing my N4, then it happened that there was an introduction of drafting. So I joined drafting because of the benefits that was explained to me. So now I came as a student, I qualified in 2022. So now I'm a lecturer, but I came here as a student.
We are taking those young people who are not accepted anywhere, even including in the TVET colleges. We are taking them, we learned how they learn, we developed the model. Now they are even passing the TVET college exams where they did not even qualify. So we're giving them practical skills according to their own pace and in the way that they learn.
It is important for the people to understand that there is no dustbin for a human being. Because most of our students, these are the students who could not make it through to matric. Now we say, if you did not make it to matric, it doesn't mean you are useless in life. We took those people, we give them the skills.
We have various challenges in our institution. One, from the learner side, because they are already being called names, they were told they will not amount to anything. Already the mindset is in a different way. So we start by working on the conscious and subconscious mind so that they can start again to believe in themselves, so that whatever skill we're giving is now being embraced.
So we deal with a lot of people who are suffering, people who have no food, people who have no sponsorship, and the little sponsorship we get from few, it really helps us to drive this business, this company. That is why some people, they ask us to say, are you really running a business or you're running a social organization?
I saw what they have, the platform that I was given. So Mr. Piri and the team are a very good team. If they see a child that needs it, they're going to go all out. So Mr. Piri did that with me because it's not like I even had the funding to actually afford. But he saw that I was trying, he took me in, and then it's like, you know what, this is what we have.
You know, I was actually going through a court case, you know, from gang violence in the hood. So I actually was just sitting at home, no plan, you know, thinking about my next court appearance. Then, you know, they heard my story and they reached out and they were like, yo, we can help you, you know, upskill yourself and, you know, move away from, you know, being a statistic.
My help from AET is coming from the trainings that they bring in our institution, such as entrepreneurship trainings, self-rebranding trainings.
Here at AET, what I've discovered, they help young people by knowing what kind of career path they should go for. They don't discourage, they encourage instead.
At AET, I've received so much skills in which I can even help other people, teach them how to fix cars, mentor them, and yeah.
I've learned a lot of things that I didn't know, so I'm happy that I'm here. There's a lot of things that AET has taught me through doing flyers and posters and videos, so I've learned a lot through AET.
My plan is to actually find a company that designs pipes, such as rainwater. I'm planning to work less than 6 years, then I open my own company.
Last year I was doing MDDOP. I completed my course. It was for only a year, so I completed it. So I saw this young man who was also doing MDDOP, and he was very good at it, very talented and skilled. So Mr. Piri saw him and said that, you know, you're very talented and skilled. You can go to other companies and pursue that and got interview and so forth. So I saw that, and now he's doing interns.
After I finished my matric, I don't want to say I didn't know what to do, but to be honest, I was clueless until I started applying for the courses that I wanted, but I was being rejected because of, you know, like APA score and whatnot. So my mom, one day she was like, you know what, as much as you're waiting for responses from universities and whatnot, you can take engineering since it's your second choice. So I was like, okay, why not?
For me, AET, they even help you, like if you have got problems maybe at home, you go talk to them. They don't help you with education only. They're also there for you emotionally. They do help you like sort of counseling of some sort, yeah.
AET is very, very important because it takes people who knows nothing about the drawings. The AET helps to know the computer from the beginning, the basics. After knowing the basics, you know the AutoCAD, you know the Inventor, and all of that. You can draw on the computer, you can draw the car, you can draw the houses, all the stuffs on the computers.
Because of AET coming and revealing itself to me in a part in my life where one would say I was a bit clueless, it came and gave me a reason to be able to give to the world, learn skills that could elevate.
You're given resources, and the way you use them is always about how someone else is going to look up to and acknowledge the skills that you've received out of it. Because with experience, you get to learn that you always give it onto the next person.
AET is very passionate on upbringing and, you know, grooming, equipping young people. There's words that one of my lecturers always said to me is that we never leave a soldier behind. So we going together. We like a team. We like a family.
AET does help students, their students, either with jobs or by placing them into companies for employment.
The name says it all. Africa Engineering Transformation is transforming the youth, basically. It has a different impact of learning. it's taking a different direction, because as you can hear our directors say, there's no dustbin for a human being actually. So those who think like they're undermined or they're slow learners and everything is the people that we actually looking for.
Changing the education to about 70% technical vocational will create more skills, and those skills can be used to grow the economy of the country.
I hope that by the end of this brief explanation, all of us will have a better understanding what is a floor plan. So now we have specifications that we're going to use for us to design that floor plan. So we have 2 bedrooms, kitchen, bathroom, with including a toilet. So now what you need to keep in mind is that the importance of dimensioning your floor plan. Now there are dimensions given to us. You need to understand the importance of external wall that are 220, their standard thickness, and also the internal thickness, which is 110. Those are standard values that are given to us. Now the size of the room is very important.
As you can see here, it's up and down movement. Okay, then again you have 2 main classes of cam. We have radial edge or plate cams. We have cylindrical cams. And we have the most important 3 types of motion.
Minimum diameter is 30 millimeters. Stroke height is 35 millimeters. Performance, rise 38 millimeters in 180 degrees of cam rotation according to the uniform acceleration retardation motion. It dwells for 30 degrees of cam rotation.
One of the sequence that we'll be looking at is on how to start motor A and B. Remember the application, it applies more on the conveyor belts, especially in the mining. Now let's look at our circuit. In every circuit, you need to have your input, which is line 1, line 2, line 3. This means this is a 3-phase. Now you can also have a look at your breaker. Our circuit will run as follows. From 3-pole breaker, you go through a contactor. And to show that our panel is being powered, when you switch on the 3-pole breaker, you will see the light will come on. This shows that now the panel is powered. When it is powered, you are not allowed to check any wires. All you have to do is to test your motors, is to simulate your motor A and motor B. Now let's go for motor A. When motor A is running, you'll see the indicator light, which will show that this is motor A. Now you can only start motor B after motor A. Now motor B is running. Should you encounter any problems, all you have to do is just to press the E-stop. Then the E-stop will stop all motors.
I'm going to explain to you using this model that we built, showing you the ignition system. So whenever a car needs to start, it needs a spark. And then I'm going to be telling you how do we manufacture that spark. Basically, we are using the 2 systems. We have the primary circuit and the secondary circuit. So on the primary circuit, the components, we are talking of the battery, which is a power source. We are talking the low tension lead. We are talking the ignition switch. I'll start the car to demonstrate what I explained. When the points open, then the magnetic field collapses. When it collapses, it generates high voltage from 12 volts of the battery to 30,000 volts, which is needed at the spark. So from the center of the coil, it will go to the distributor now on top. From the top there, it will select whichever the rotor has pointed to, which cylinder. Remember, this is a V6
engine. So it will fire at one cylinder at a time. So we're just going to start. We specialize with young people who are academically challenged. We call them intellectually disabled. Some go to special needs schools after falling off from the formal education. Some just drop off after failing so many times. Because there's no dustbin for a human being, we made a point that we want to give them their own platform where they can demonstrate what God gave them.
Today I'll be briefly explaining about the braking system, but mainly the rear wheels. So here I'll be telling you the components of the braking system. Here we have our primary shoe. This is my secondary shoe. These are my retainer springs. This is my cylinder wheel cylinder. This is my backing plate, and this is my drum. I'm done explaining the components. Can we please go to the next class so I show you how to disassemble them?
So today I'm going to talk about the gearbox. So this is a complete gearbox, and this is a component of gearbox. So this is a gear number 1, gear number 2, gear number 3, gear number 4. Right? So this is a main shaft and output shaft. And then this is a input shaft. Synchro sleeve, and then splint, and hub, splint, main shaft, output shaft.
Most of the parts when we check our engine overall, we go through problem solving. If the car is mostly misfiring, we check on spark plugs, how our spark plugs are operating. We check the spark wires, and we also check the coil pack if the car has coil packs. And if the problem still goes on, we hear the sound from the engine pumping or the exhaust. As you hear the engine, it's fresh and clean, and it's ready to move. It's ready to roll.
These are the measuring tools that we are using here at the workshop. This is a telescopic gauge. We are using it when we want to get the depth of a sleeve inside a cylinder block, sorry. This is a bubble gauge. We use it when we're doing wheel alignment. And this is a compression tester. We are using it when we want to get the compression inside the engine. And this is a micrometer. A micrometer, we use it to get, this one is an outside micrometer. We use it to get the outside diameter. And we have the inside and the depth as well, but today we are going to use the outside diameter. I'm going to demonstrate on how we are using it on a crankshaft.
We can empower our people in these programs in order for them to have the greater skills they need in the designing aspect, which is a great skill which is in very high demand, and there is a big shortage across the continent. There is a big shortage. We have seen most of the things that are designed, like roads, houses, bridges, mining plants, and petrochemical. All these, we just see them existing. But in Africa, it has been a knowledge that was hidden for quite a while. So that is why we have embarked on this, to make sure that this knowledge is passed on to our people, so that we are able to design all these and make them ourselves.
We even qualified 160 artisans, and of whom 48 are girls in a male-dominated industry.
Now I can provide for my children because I am a single parent.
So if you look at most of the students here and most of the staff students that are here, it's mostly female students. So AET tries to empower women to get more into the engineering field that is male dominated. Yeah, empowering them with the skills like they offer them civil engineering, mechanical engineering, and also the drafting course.
AET is a good place for us ladies as it allows us to make life choices on what career you want to do. They do not limit us regarding our gender.
As time goes, I know I'm gonna go out into the field as a draftsperson, which is what I want. AET has outgrown me to know who I am and what I want to do. And in the next 2 or 3 years, I see myself having my own construction company.
In the future, I see myself maybe I would say 3 years time, I'll see myself maybe being a draftsperson because I have the qualification and I believe that I have the skills. So I think I'll be a draftsperson.
I would advise young people to come to AET because we have so many courses that we do besides business management.
AET is the future. It helps like AMA youths to stay out of like these drugs and whatnot, because it helps, it gives them like AMA skills for them to be employed because there is high rate of unemployment.
Aspire to be a designer who's able to empower the youth in our country. As with AET, they've encouraged us and uplifted us with all the mentorships they've given us. There is opportunity out there and they should look at places like AET for upskilling themselves because there are job opportunities greater than you can even imagine.
Because of AET, I'm actually a piping intern at KNGM Engineering. I've been there since August last year, 2023.
IET is one of the many resources that we have in this country, South Africa, and they give you the resources that you need. So all you just need to do is implement your best and put your all in it, and never doubt yourself. Be confident in everything that you do and give it time. With time, you'll actually gain a lot out of the seed you planted.
I had known prior information about it before because I had friends that did the qualification, and you know, I used to see it from them and they used to inspire me, you know. So when I got the opportunity, I was like, yo, this is my shot.
In a couple of years, I would also love to see myself empowering people like myself who find it very hard to go to universities and who don't have the finances to go study further, by also offering them skills and employment here.
I would like to follow the career path of focusing on piping, specifically like working for Rand Water or any big company that involves pipeline work. Yeah.
So designing cars, so I'll do it basically on the computer and I'll go to manufacturers where they produce program machines to design the car. So I'll show them my designs and I'll send it to the manufacturers.
I would recommend AET to the youth of South Africa that AET is making great impact, and the program that they are offering, they are very positive, they are very impactful, and they help you to understand a lot of things. As you know that there is high unemployment, youth, they are hopeless in the location, but if they were to come here and their life will be changed and they won't regret to be part of AET.
I would like to thank AET for giving me this opportunity. AET changed my life.
We are looking forward to every support that we can get from all angles so that we develop our African youth, as well as if we succeed in this, we extend it to the other parts of the world.
The process is not that difficult at all. You just come in, you register, obviously money is involved. That's the only difficult thing.
So if we could have even the funding, which is only 57% of the total training cost, if it is in the previously disadvantaged, in the townships and rural areas, it could be amended in a transformational manner.